And thousands of IRS employees are waiting for news. The Trump administration's federal layoffs are accelerating.
Firings at the IRS could start today. A union representing federal workers says 80% of its members live outside D.C. Many live in Illinois. Today, Democrats vowed to push back.
As we saw on Friday, we had a Valentine's Day massacre, right? Tens of thousands of federal workers got the pink slip.
Firing the workers responsible for cybersecurity at the nuclear weapons labs because some 25-year-old kid does not understand the actual jobs of the people that they were firing. This is not what people voted for.
The Environmental Protection Agency cut 388 workers by email. No warning. The Federal Aviation Administration slashed hundreds weeks after a deadly crash in Washington, D.C. exposed severe understaffing.
There have been 3 tragedies since the Trump administration began. So air safety doesn't know boundaries. Those small regional airports are just as short-staffed as O'Hare and Midway have been.
The Trump administration fired thousands at the USDA, including scientists in dozens of labs tracking bird flu and animal diseases. Falling in line with Trump's push for mass deportations, 20 immigration judges were fired.
This is the wrong way to go. We need more immigration judges, not less. The backlog is around 3.7 million cases. This will only complicate and create more problems in the system.
Democrats call this a constitutional crisis and urge voters to pressure Republicans to fight back.
Right now we're taking a beating because it's all one way, but that could change, and it could change with just a few votes.
We only need 3 brave Republicans to side with us. Only 3, and let's see who has the spine to do it.
Now they begging. Which 3 are going to be the ones that stand up and basically desert a party in power to help the Democrats to save the country? I'm telling you, this is some straight bullshit. And this is a very difficult conversation for me to have for people, or to have with people who have never been oppressed. If you've never been oppressed, I might sound like I'm crazy, because you could see where it could go either way. And you're right. But if you are from a people who have been oppressed, pushed to the bottom and held there, and never allowed to move from that spot, even currently in the last administration, held at the bottom, stay with me. Why in the world would you be afraid of any kind of change? You're at the bottom. We've had this talk. You're at the bottom. We have to understand you can't fall no further than the floor. Once you're on the floor, that's as far as you're going to fall. People who are on the floor aren't falling any further than that. So what we need to do is calm down and not participate in this shit. Not beg Republicans to ban. Do you guys realize that Trump's presidency, since it began a month ago, he's probably in the fucking high 90s as far as just efficiency of what he's trying to do. Not that everybody in the country's happy about it. Not that the Democrats aren't screaming and pulling their hair out, because it's completely opposite, obviously, of what they'd be doing. Except in one regard. So far, Trump hasn't done one thing specifically designed for black people. One goddamn thing. And neither had the Democrats. So we need to stay the fuck back and pay attention here. And what is it the Democrats are fighting for? We know it ain't us. So what is it they're fighting for? Why don't they start being honest with us, and maybe we can negotiate better with them, because we need to start negotiating. They have rendered us helpless. We are completely helpless. Donald Trump is in the kitchen breaking dishes, and all we doing is standing outside screaming and waiting for the police to arrive. And they ain't never coming. And when they do, we gonna be the ones get arrested, and they not gonna go in there and stop Donald Trump or what the fuck he's breaking. Ain't nothing we can do about it except position ourselves to not be rendered helpless like we are. Look how helpless we are right now. If they cut the government, shut it down. Oh no, your check gonna quit coming. Yeah. Oh no, they're gonna cancel your voucher and you can't eat free no more. Oh yeah. That's we never should be in this position. We better than this. We should never have allowed our people to be put in this position. And because it's an emergency crisis, we need to do a GoFundMe page for black people, and only black people can benefit from it. And the people who are going to lose food resources and housing resources and those type of things. We need our money to go directly to those people and not for them to have to compete for those funds with illegal immigrants and everybody else under the sun. It ain't right. We've done enough in this country to not be at the bottom. Anybody in their right mind would see that our place in this country is not accidental. It's totally intentional. We get that. So what we're going to do now is figure out, as black people, are we going to continue to participate in our own demise? Are we going to keep piling around with the Democrats and chilling with the Democrats and acting like they love us when they really don't? And we know they don't. And they know we don't. And we keep playing this little game. Well, we have to get in our private circles and admit they are racist, but they like us better than the other races. That doesn't really do very much for us. And it hasn't. And if anybody want to argue the facts, just remember we're at the bottom. We're at the bottom. There's nothing to lose. You can't mess up. All you got to do is stay out of this shit and let Trump do what he's doing and brace for whatever we got to get through, because we got to get through something. But the Democrats are fighting hard for this system that has us so oppressed. We're fighting hard for this system where they get all the benefits and we do all the work. Remember what Kamala said? We like hard work. Remember? It just sound like what some shit you would tell a kid. Hey, I need you guys to break up all these leaves. Isn't this fun? And, you might can fool kids into singing and having, but adults will be like, no, it's hot as fuck. I'd rather be in the house having a vodka and orange juice. No, this ain't fun. But anyway, I just thinking of a vodka and orange juice. Sorry, I got a little off track there. Yeah, I really believe that this is going to be our moment. The road is going to get bumpy. Some of the apples is going to fall off the cart. This is going to be what it is. But what we need to understand is the Democrats are playing the don't open that closet. Anything, but don't open that closet. Don't go in there. They just want us to stay under their control. We're a valuable commodity. Do you imagine how good we must be to take on a campaign trail? Not only can we get up and tell sob stories about being abused by the police, you know what I'm saying? That ain't all that we can do. We can perform too. We can rap at your show. Man, we can just make it the whole event just, black people as the entertainment and the sob stories, and then toward the end in the middle, you bring in the LGBTQ and the immigrants. Those are the recipients of our hard work, because we just like hard work. We don't care what we're working for. We just like to work hard. We don't even look up. Kamala will let us know when we get there. And there's rumors going around. She's talking about running for governor in the state of California, and that'll be the most beautiful shit that could ever happen. I will be able to personally get involved in campaigning against her. They'll think I'm running against her. I wish the hell she would come to California and run for Kamala Harris. If you're flipping through YouTube and you've come across my channel and subscribed or even watched one of my shows, I dare you. I dare you. I wish you would. But folks, we're freaking out because the government is changing as to how we knew it. We are comfortable being fucked up, getting our asses whooped, and it's not making us any stronger because we're just lulled in this place they got us, and we're about to get out of it. We have to. And unfortunately, it's going to be at a pace and in a way that may not be completely comfortable to us. But that's our own fault, because we just hung out. When your parents tell you who you hang around, your parents ever get on to you about who you hanging around? Man, why you be with him all the time? Or why you be with her all the time? What's going on with you? Your parents are thinking about not the fun and the immediate fun and danger that you're in right now. They're thinking of your long-term, the longevity of their child and growing into an adult and one day being viable to marry and have children and be worth some shit, not fuck it all off in this small space in your life, And that's what we should have done. Fucked with them Democrats because they did the voting act for us. Fucked with them if they could have got that 40 acres and a mule bill back. But after that, quit fucking with them. And that should have, our relationship should have started to veer away from them around the mid to late 70s. We should, after Martin Luther King's assassination and Malcolm X's assassination and the way they was doing the Black Panthers and putting black women on FBI lists like they're just public enemy fucking terrorists. We didn't see bin Laden chased around this country the way Angela Davis was being treated. And those are our friends. We can do better than that shit. We can be better friends. Our parents would not have let us hang around them growing up. They'd have been like, oh, I don't know, Black Popcorn. There's something about that United States of America kid. You know, the ones come around with the ripped jeans and the vest, and he's always cursing. And I see him on my porch smoking. That's that little United States of America kid. You get him off my porch. My mother wouldn't have liked him. But I just feel like we see what they're doing. They're trying to shield us from doing the right thing right now. And it's becoming pretty obvious. If you listen to how Democrats are talking now, they're saying shit that they never said before. They're blurting out things and lashing out at the Republicans because they won. If the Republicans, remember in the beginning when Trump put up his cabinet, everybody was saying they ain't gonna approve him because the Democrats were saying it. If you was paying attention to the news, as black people should be, we'd have realized that most of them were going to get through. I didn't think that many would get through, but good Lord Jesus have mercy. Trump ain't fucking around. He's talking to his people and he's doing things differently. You come back in this time, you were hampered the first time by 2 impeachments. Historical fact. He's the first president in United States history to be impeached. That meant something to black people. They was like, oh, he ain't worth nothing. Oh, there's no way I'd ever. They just push us farther and farther away from the man who we was never in this life going to vote for anyway. And they just scared us the fuck off of him. And then they go on and on and on trying to bury him until you start thinking, this ain't making a whole lot of sense. Y'all ever hear that joke about the grave, somebody digging a grave and a motherfucker in it, and they tell you if you keep digging, then you can take a step up. Keep digging, take another step up, and then before you know it, you'll be out. That is real good, a good thought process, something to put your mind around, because we can't go no lower. We have to go up. We cannot continue to fuck with the friends we've been fucking with. These Democrats don't mean us no good, y'all. I don't give a damn. They ain't yet I guess they figured they gave us the Voting Rights Act. That's it. Because you would think at some point they would have gotten around a table and said, we got to do something for them. To build a statue, a water fountain, a park. That's all they can come up with. Nothing that's going to help us close that wealth gap, get closer to where we need to be in this world so that the immigrants don't come and overtake us. And then it'll be another and then another. And there is real truth to Canada possibly joining the United States. People are like, that's impossible. That ain't gonna. Okay. Check the Canadian government and how they rolling up there right now. Look at the benefits versus the cons to them joining the United States. It could happen. I wouldn't be shocked. If it does and it becomes a part of the United States, I'll probably move to Canada. Find a little region where they got some black people and probably go move up there. See if I can get away from this. There's something going on in the United States that don't feel right. And I know Canada would then be a part of the United States, and it's pretty damn close to the United States now, but just, I don't know. I want to be out near a lake and some hills and down in the country and maybe see if I can buy some land or something and do something in that regard. I'm not a city person, I don't think. And I've never not lived in a city my entire life. But I feel like I would be better off out far away somewhere. Out, YouTubing from a hilltop somewhere. Because this is not going to work. Being around so many black people who think so differently than you do is very frustrating. But to reach out and to be amongst folks through the medium of YouTube who I do see that we are like-minded, have the same kind of thought process, can argue on a level that's reasonable. You know, ain't nobody getting harmed here. But to think that we even have anything to argue about anymore or to debate, what is there to debate? There should be so much blackness going on with organizations and movements and showing clearly to the Democratic Party that we're not going to fall for your bullshit no more. We're not going to go out in the streets and use our civil rights, speech, our talents that we've honed in over the years, fighting for ourselves and running in place, to go fight for not one another fucking person, not one more. We ain't doing it. But we need to publicly break up with the Democratic Party so that we can embarrass them and sit them the fuck down. And they can only admit, and anybody who want to speak truth into a microphone or a camera can only admit, yeah, they treated them blacks fucked up. People can only say that. Yeah, they treated them fucking bad. Say it. It's the fucking truth. And anybody who want to cling harder than that to the Democratic Party is tripping. Especially if you black. You don't think they do us wrong? You don't think anything that's affiliated with the Democratic Party? I remember being a young man and getting a union job and thinking that was just the best thing ever. Don't get one in Los Angeles if you black. Because the union movement in Southern California is geared toward illegal immigrants and Latino. It doesn't have very much to do with black people. There's a lot of black people involved in the union and even in some of the elected positions, but they're not doing anything to benefit black workers. It's the immigrants who are being picketed for. They want them to be union before they're even citizens. Hey, it's their fight. I ain't gonna knock it. I just wish we had that kind of steam going for us. It makes no sense for us to be sitting here and watching these people. If we continue to fight and progress, our fighting would only get stronger. Our methods would only get more honed in and better. But as a result of us fighting and just running in place, we're kind of using the same old techniques, the same old style. They see us, they ain't gonna do nothing. They doing the same shit they've been doing. We're not shocking them. And when we're that affiliated with the Democratic Party and some of us with the Republican Party over there, it limits how the shock value is going to come at them, because there is none. Because they told you how high your ceiling's going to be and what you're going to say and how you're going to say it and who you're going to say it to. And if you're going to wait this election out like we in California dumbass did, and that would be a big part of what we could be talking about right now, is checks being mailed out in California. I don't care how they pay for it or how they're going to pay for it. How they pay for every fucking thing else. Put it on the deficit, put it on the budget. California is in a $33 trillion hole because they paid the black people from slavery times. Then the other states will start getting nervous because they owe too. But it should be taken care of at the federal level, collectively. One time, do what you got to do, make it right. And if you guys ain't got money to give up, which is understandable, put it on the deficit. If you don't want to do that, give us some land. Just straight land. And it's ours outright. We ain't paying no more taxes on shit. That's the problem with us that's keeping us down, is these tax codes and these tax laws. And Trump is talking about getting rid of the fucking IRS, and it's actually black people out there pissed off. Y'all better sit down on this one for fucking sure, for real. Practice some silence on the IRS. Are you fucking kidding me? The IRS, man, please. A check, for those of us who don't know, and then I'm just saying this, a check from the IRS means you overpaid them. That's all I'm saying. If y'all didn't know that, I'm telling you that. Don't think that it's a good thing to get your fucking money back, because you might have paid them more than what they returned. It's up to their discretion, not ours. And it ain't cool. And that's why a lot of people with a lot of money supersede the IRS. They get lawyers and folks involved who used to work for the IRS or who work in government. They got hookups. We ain't. What you gonna do is fucked up. What I want you guys to do, though, for me, is don't get scared. Be bold, be brave, and work hard at whatever it is you do. If it's your job, if it's something you do in your personal life, just work hard at it. Focus on yourself and try to figure out a way to make some money outside of this government, because we are too reliant on this government to have been here as long as we are. The government enslaved us. The government set us free. And this is what freedom feel like, all right? We can do a little better than this. Like, comment, share, and please subscribe. I appreciate the support, and we'll see you on the next Black Popcorn.